Jason, this is Freebird Garage, and today we are working on the WR250FX today. This bike is owned by my brother, and if you saw the last video on this, we did a quick maintenance, went through, got it all cleaned up and ready to go. Problem is, as soon as I got it to start up and go, it ran like shit trying to get it back to our loader. So I decided to do him a favor once more, and let's get this carburetor cleaned up so he's good to go on it, and so it can actually perform how it should be. So let's dive into it. Step one, remove the seat. After doing a little research, taking the seat off, thought I was gonna be able to just pop in and out of this shock mount. That's what it says in the service manual in order to get this carburetor off. Well, to get the shock absorber off, you gotta remove the entire subframe to this bike. I'm not trying to do that. We're gonna see if we can take a little bit of a shortcut. So I'm gonna remove the gas tank and see if we can get close enough to the carburetor, and maybe that'll be able to just enough to squeeze it out of there. It's super tight. It's not like an open space like in a Harley where you just pop off the air filter, slide the carb off, and you're good to go. It's snugged in there. So let's remove the gas tank. I already removed the plastics on here, and let's see if this gets us where we need to go. All right, with the gas tank removed, here's what we're looking at. Carbs right here. We got to remove a boot here, the other boot right here, and that should hopefully free it up. Problem is squeezing it around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this brace. The carb sits right there, and I should be able to pull right up from the top, hopefully. Instead of trying to remove this entire back half disassembled from the bike. I don't want to deal with that, so give this a go, see if we have any luck. All right, we're gonna try and remove the boot clamps to see if we can get it to free up a little bit and get a better position on the cables. See if that'll get us in the right spot. We have to remove 3 cables, these 2 boots, and we're good to go. We are freed up. Wow. Just got to remove the sensor and we'll be good to go. All right, got the carb all out, ready to go. We're just gonna start disassembling, take all the bolts bit by bit, get it ready for the carb bath overnight and get it done. We got the carb all taken apart here. We got the middle basket, whatever that's called there, and then we got the lower bowl there, all the bolts, all the diaphragms torn apart. We got the idle jets, main jets, some kind of jets, long jets, all that's gonna sit in this here carb basket. You'll let it sit for probably 24 to 48 hours. Get all those little spaces cleaned up, get them out, blow it off, make sure it's all wiped down nice and clean, and then get it back assembled. So 3 to 4 days have passed. We are good to go. Got everything wiped down, pulled apart, cleaned up, found the culprit of why the bike was wanting to fall on its face, sputtering, all that goodness, and it was because of the jets, which I thought it was all clogged up. Each of those little ports on the inside were pretty much gummed on each one. So that was causing some poor performance. We got it cleaned up. I used an air gun, got it all cleaned, and then a very soft gauge wire, copper wire, that I pushed through the hole there that cleared it up. You don't want to use a heavy wire or one that gets real tight, because you'll actually end up boring out the hole bigger than what it should be and throw off your tune. So be very careful if you've ever never done it before what we want to clean it with. But we're good to go. Let's put it back together. Car's all cleaned up, ready to go. Now we can do the fun part by sliding it back in, getting all the hoses back where they're at, getting the wires back on it, sides together, getting finished. Hard to see, but we're gonna do the cables now, hook that all up, get the outer cover here, put back together. All right, I couldn't really film the cables. This is just a bad area to film because of this brace right here. But to show you, got the cables on here, we got the cover here. All we gotta do is put the brace here, gas tank covers, and we're all good. But to show that everything's working, you can hear that snap. That's what we want, looks good. Let's get it done. Look at that, all tied back up, all put back together, nothing broken yet. Still gotta get it to him and get this thing on the road, but pretty pumped. I thought this was gonna be more difficult to be able to go through this whole process, but that service manual, just like my Harley, it was just like a step-by-step to go all the way through it. And knowing that, you can pretty much get through this entire thing. It's fairly easy. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be as far as memorizing where certain things go. If it was not in its right spot, it definitely would let you know, and it wouldn't let itself to be put back together. So that step-by-step made it a lot easier. Josh, I hope this helped you out a lot. You just got some free maintenance. And thanks for letting me borrow your bike for the time being. I gotta get this back to you now. And that about wraps up for me in this one, guys. If you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press that notification, leave a comment below, and tell me what you think. For those that are subscribed, thank you. But as always, stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.